Welcome back, everybody. It is still the 19th of February, and this is still a Committee on General Housing. We have one more item before we adjourn for the day in order to go on the floor, and that's a bill introduction. As you remember, we made a decision last year, which I'm delighted that we did, to allow the author of every bill that comes up onto our wall to tell us about the bill. So Sandy, just tell us what motivated you, anything you want to tell us about the bill. If we take the bill off the wall, of course, we'll have council walk through the whole bill and we'll have witnesses in the works. But at the moment, it's your show.
Okay. Well, for the record, my name is Representative Sandy Pincinel, Bennington Rutland 1 District. So I was on the school board when Act 60 came into effect in the late 90s. And at that time, we were in teacher negotiations as well with healthcare costs. And so knowing what healthcare has done over the last 8 to 10 years, and that it's now reaching over $400 million annually, I felt it was time that in the state that we are with Act 73 and the costs and everything, and we're looking at the cost of education itself, I felt it was time that we started to look at some of the factors that relate to the cost of education. So, so that's why I have willingly decided to do this. So recent projected cost increases in FY25 was 16%, FY26 12%, with a projected of FY27 of a 7.3% increase, which is an average.
How much was it in 26?
26 was 12.
12 and 27?
There's a projected of 7.3. In 2018, a gold family plan for 4 people, a gold plus, which is the most common plan for the average school teacher, was a cost of $17,000. In FY27, it's $43,000. And the average contribution that teachers put in is 3% statewide, which is a cost of, and that's where the $400,000 annually comes, the total cost for the education.
Is the 400,000, is that the cost to the school? The schools?
That's the benefits.
That's the benefit.
The healthcare
benefits. That's the 97%, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, so, yes, like I said, in FY18, it was at 17,394. And this currently FY26 is at 40,000 with a projected next year going to 43,900. So just under $44,000, which is 125% increase in the last 8 years. With a CPI increase of the same period of 32%. So those costs are mostly borne by the taxpayers. And in the crisis that we're going into with people not being able to afford their own personal health care, contributing almost $3,000 a month for that same plan out of pocket, when the teachers are contributing less than $10,000 a year. And we're looking at $3,000, now more taxpayers at $3,000 a month. And then they also get the HRAs, which the teachers don't contribute anything to. That's a complete 100% benefit of a $1,500 average $1,500 benefit. And those, which is a $33 million HRA payment statewide in 2023. That was paid out. And the prices were, plans were anywhere from $3,800 to $46,000. So the impact on the school budgets and healthcare costs are increasingly part of the school district's budgets. Rising benefits costs reduce flexibility for school boards, classroom instruction. So the funds are directly taken away from classroom instruction, staffing stability, mental health and student supports, facilities maintenance and improvements. Established in 2018 for school employee health benefits, with both arbitration awards have increased benefits levels. The majority of these costs are absorbed by taxpayers. We currently right now have a winner-take-all arbitration, and because we have an even number of board members on both sides of the arbitration table, so we're looking to change the numbers on that board as well, and that is also in the bill. So So my goal is to, or the goal of the bill is to cap total value of health benefits over a phased-in period of going forward when negotiations happen. And establish a single statewide HRA administrator. So that schools are dealing with different ones.
Well, I see, okay. So the negotiation would be on a statewide basis.
Yes,
It's not now?
well, it is now. It is now, but there's no, it's an even number of people on each board, so it's a win all, that there's never, so when it goes to arbitration, it's a all or nothing
In other words,
negotiation.
right now, as I understand it, if there's an arbitrator, the arbitrator has to go with either one or
Right.
the other of the last best offer.
Correct. It's a,
And
yeah,
and this bill proposes to change. that.
change that. So that he can pick and choose from both pieces, both sides, and say, this is what I come up with, this is the last best offer, here's what we've got on the table. And they can agree to that. So
Can I ask
that's,
You have
you
a
a question?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, thank you. So you were saying to make the number uneven, just,
yes. So right now, there's 3 members of the school board and 3 members of the school board association, 3 members of the teachers association or
Uh-huh.
union.
It's not 5-5,
Yeah,
going to 3-3.
and it's gonna go to 3 with with a chair. That can either be the bill is proposed to have the chair of the education commission or of an appointee of hers. Right,
If you do back up, is it 3 or is it 5?
I believe it's 5 and 5.
5 and 5.
And it's gonna go to 3, 4, 4 and 1, or I don't have the bill in front of me.
Got it.
Okay, but it would be.
But it's gonna go to an odd
An
number,
odd number.
so that there's a. Right, so that's not a deadlock each time, and this is going forward.
Okay.
The
so
FY,
I don't know enough about this world to
Uh-huh.
understand who is this commissioner or appointed person.
the commissioner is the Board of Education Commissioner.
Yeah.
So that, in other words, that would be the odd.
The third.
That would
odd
be odd person.
odd person, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I do. So it's, right now it's 5 administrators, 5 teachers. And it changes to a total of 9.
Right.
3 being administrators, 3 being teachers, the other 3, Secretary of Education or designee, Commissioner of Taxes or designee, and 1 representative from Vermont School Board Insurance Trust.
Right. I knew it was 9.
And that's how it comes. It's a 3, 3, and 3 grouping.
Mark?
I've got a question.
Okay, we got 2. Go ahead.
I'm wondering what your rationale was for picking or legislate or rather mandating that the Secretary of Education be the chair of the board and not the chair of the State Board of Education.
It's not mandating her or him, it's saying that she can appoint. She has the authority to appoint one person. It doesn't necessarily say that it's her.
It says her or designee, but I wonder why you picked the Agency of Education as being, okay, a representative of the Agency of Education as chairing that committee versus the State Board of Education.
You know what? It's perfectly fine for you to say, I don't know.
I have no idea why we did it that way. I honestly don't.
You know what? It's legislation. She
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. Yes. Gail.
I don't know anything about this area at all, but is the bill focused on the educators getting less as far as benefits rather than us focusing on how to lower the price of healthcare?
No, it's not, the aim is not to take less. The aim is to make it more equitable when it goes to negotiation going forward, so that there's an arbitration, a true arbitration, instead of saying, the teacher saying, no, we're not gonna give anything. And and this side wanting to say 10%, and then this side saying, no, we're not gonna give any, and then they come to a middle ground. It's not an all or nothing.
So you feel that all along there really hasn't been any negotiating?
It has not, it's always been one-sided.
So well, the bill doesn't, am I right? I don't know the bill. I haven't read the bill yet. So the bill doesn't contain some sort of mandated specific change in the share that the teachers pay and the share that the state pays.
There's no mandate, it's
So it's
just
a
going
process.
forward,
It's
it's
a
a
process
process
change.
of negotiation.
Right, so it's changing the arbitration methodology and it's changing the
Size and
makeup of the board. Okay,
Correct.
Elizabeth,
Thanks. That's been a longstanding problem, is that according to the 2018 law, when it was moved up to, when negotiations for this were moved up to the state level, it goes straight to arbitration. And that happened in 2018. And you from the date or the cost increases that you can see, the increases were incremental in the very beginning, and then 2020 hit, which was COVID, and it was remote for one thing, but it also you can see the costs from 2020 onward. Just it's no longer incremental; it just skyrockets straight up, and that is in part because of the arbitration process, because the arbitrator has to choose between the last best offer. They cannot pick and choose and actually negotiate a settlement between the two. They have to actually pick one of the offers on the table, one, A or B, and that's it. They can't pick a combination of A plus B.
right?
That's the problem. That's why it has been creeping ever upward.
I have experience with that, but I'm not going to talk about it now because we're out of time. So anything else, Sandy, before we adjourn?
No, just thank you for taking it up.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So we are, by the way, tomorrow we convene after the floor at 11 o'clock. And we have sent to all of you a redraft of the letter to appropriations. Tomorrow, we've got to reach consensus on that letter. Okay? I don't know.
Sounds good.
Did
We have to get on.
I'm working on it. He's working on it. Well,